Bob Marley hat on today, just to chill and relax. A bit mental out there, a bit crazy. But I thought I'd just come online and just speak to everyone, see how everyone's doing. Maybe Q&A session at the end. But let's roll, keep it spontaneous, keep it natural, keep it going. And there's only so much we can do in the market. It's, life is short. We still have to live it out. So I thought I'd just change the hat. If you like my Bob Marley hat, my sister gave me for my present many years ago. That's my sister. I thought I'd just put it on today. But I just want to say a good evening to everybody. A surprise one. I thought I was going to do a video, but then it's hard to try to pitch a trendy topic. It's very hard because everything's just going down. It's a trend just now. It's on its cycle of the bearish. So hello, muted. Oh no. Folks are shouting out. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I'm so sorry. I think I've got it on a different microphone. There's so many microphones in the room just now. So I hope that's okay. I hope you guys can understand. Can you hear me? I'll just wait for one person to confirm they can hear me and I will start. I hope so. It's all going complete silence. So I guess you can hear me. Q? Yep, all good. Thank you very much, Mark. Let me restart. I spoke so much. I gave so much gossips just now and nobody heard me. So let me restart. Okay. Thank you very much for coming to my show. It's a Monday. Market sell-off is a bit crazy. I couldn't catch a topic of what I want to do. I'm a positive investor. I always want to stay positive, but it's quite hard to find positivity out of the current market condition. I admit it is diabolic. It's painful. Stomach's inside out. I'm on my chilled helmet, chilled cap here, my Bob Marley cap here. My sister gave to me many years ago. I messed up, not seen it for years. So I thought I'd just come on for a different persona, a bit more chilled, laid back, relaxed. Because at the end of the day, you don't want to panic, and there's nothing much we can do. The only thing, like I said previously, in the stock market, crypto market, you can do 3 things. Buy, sell, hold. That's all you can do. Panic doesn't come into the script. If you panic, you either sell or hold or buy more. It's nothing much we can do. There we are. I think everybody says, no, we can't hear you. I thought it was fixed. Good. Parish said it's good. So thank you very much, Parish. Yeah. So, again, so today I thought I'll just come online just to share a couple of things that I've seen on, there's so much chaos, so much news out there. It's hard to pick and choose what's good. But again, I want to share some positivity vibe. I just want to share some positive view, but also be honest at the same time. There's no point trying to say, oh, buy stocks, buy on the dip, but at the same time, everything is all going down. Okay, it's all going down. I've seen it again. It's all going down, even despite the fact that the time change, the clock change in the stock market today opened like half an hour early or something. And that's it. So yeah, so I just want to say hello to everybody. Welcome to the show. And a couple of new names: Vegas Vegas Cat Rocks, not C-Track, Vegas Cat Rock. Hello, Sunny Day. Hello, you got the regulars, Zibu, Paresh. How are you doing, guys? Mike, Richard Sylvester. First time to see you. Nice to see you. So it's good. So coming online, just want to share what I have. I've got my slide here. Let me bring it. So, and before I begin speaking about the VIX, let me moan about the inflation. Okay, we know we got a war. We just gone through that COVID. Now we've got this war, and including inflation, and the war is fueling the inflation. People are losing homes. I saw a video today of a lady whose house got bombed, so she lost her windows and everything. And she had a nice, beautiful grand piano which she saved up for so long, this Ukrainian lady. And she was playing her final song on video. Her husband filmed her, play her final song, and they had evacuated the house. It was very, very painful to watch. People work hard, building your life with your family, buying properties, buying tangible stuff, intangible stuff, building a home, a nest, a nest for your family. And next thing, a war breaks out and you have to leave. And the problem with this war is when you leave, you only can carry so much gold, so much cash, or whatever cash you're carrying. Your local currency will be destroyed. You'll be diminished to minus 10%, minus 10x. It's very, very difficult. For me, coming from my background, my grandparents were a survivor of the World War II. They weren't in a war, but that the wealth, they had a middle class, nice stature. My great grandparents, and when the war came, boom, everybody just reset it. It's the Great Reset. Same for my wife's family as well. In fact, her grandpa actually fought the war and had to evacuate. It was painful, refugees and stories you look at, and it's painful. People press a reset. So sometimes we have to look back at us. We are quite fortunate to be where we are today, watching YouTube. If you can watch YouTube today, means you're quite an unfortunate place. So do be grateful. Every morning, waking up now, I write a notebook. I think I've done it for the last 40 days. Write things about you're grateful about. That's what I do every day. Wake up, be grateful, and then you keep a smile on your face, and then just get on with life. That's what we need to do. So now, moaning about stuff today is inflation. Things are getting expensive. I cost me £90 to fill up my diesel car. That's crazy. Council tax, tax for your house, for people collecting your garbage and stuff, has gone up. Internet bill has gone up. Phone bill has gone up. Everything has gone up. I've looked at what I've made and what I've spent compared to 2020. We've got COVID. But I could save so much back then, and now I could save less. It's really annoying. Inflation is hitting really, really hard. And that's what I really want to moan about. And the next big dirty word that everyone's speaking on YouTube now is recession. I didn't want to speak about it. I think it's a slow, cancerous effect coming in. Not yet, but everybody just shouting. I don't know whether they're trending. They're trying to trend the word recession, or they are really genuine about it. So I thought I'll speak about it at the end. So let's kick off with, as usual, the VIX. Okay. The VIX, I spoke about the VIX, and the VIX is not coming down. The VIX year to date has just been over 30. In fact, I think for the last 11 days, the VIX has been over 30 for a significant period. And Charlie Belo here, follow him on Twitter. He's a really good guy. Facts, that's what you need, So what he says is the VIX closed above 30 today for the 11 consecutive days. Going back to 1990, the only other times that happen are 11 below. So the ones that I know straight off our head is the last COVID 2020. The VIX was up high. It went as high as 60 or 70 or something. And then after that, August 2011, I briefly remember that. I don't remember. I don't. I think I was busy trying to organize my wedding or honeymoon then. I can't remember. And then September 2008, I remember that time where the US dollar went 2 to 1 to the pounds, and we felt like rich people. Everybody's going to America for holidays. And then 2003, 2012. So, days like this, there are not many days that have got consecutive VIX closed. But then again, it doesn't mean that it will not rebound, it will not settle off. It doesn't mean that we're going to finish on the end. So the VIX only shows you on the high volatility when things drop. But it doesn't mean that this will be a diabolic year. But again, depends on how we're going to run through this 2020. So for me, looking at the Nasdaq Composite, because I'm heavily invested in the tech stocks. Okay, I'm excited about the upcoming 20-1 stock split of Netflix at Google. Netflix. I'm excited about the Amazon 20-1 stock split on Amazon and a $10 billion buyback. So I monitor the Nasdaq quite a lot. 2% down today again. And I said before, Death Cross, nay good. Okay, Death Cross is not good. When are we going to rebound? We're not sure. Is this a bottom? It doesn't look like it. I thought this could be the bottom. No, it bounced back up and then halted at RS stochastic 51, and it started going back down again. And I'm not going to do support lines or whatever. That candle doesn't tell me much. That doesn't tell me a rebound. It's just a momentum downwards. All I can say, they will go down, down, down until when, we don't know. I'm not even going to try to draw a support line because we are back at where we were back in March last year. The same time where the bottom of the March last year, could it go lower? Yeah, it could go lower. It could go to the election day when Trump and Biden were going head to head. It could go down to that trend. Again, we don't know. It's breaking. We've got FOMC tomorrow 15, and then we'll see how much interest rate rise. But one thing that we need to know is interest rates. Is it going to go 25 basis points? Is it going to do? But then we need to go across to our neighboring in China. China's got the worst outbreak of COVID. Okay, so we're not sure about this, whether there's new variant, but then remember, they have zero tolerance policy on COVID. Like here, kids in school are still breaking out with the virus, and no, the restriction is reduced. If your classmate who sits beside you gets COVID, you still can come to school. Things have changed just now. So I think folks are seeing differently. I spoke to my parents over the weekend, and they were still worried about COVID back home, back in the Far East. And I told them, it's going to be just like a mild cold. It's not going to be as bad. But then again, there's fear of people underlying condition, the older parents, older grandparents. It's still a worry. There's still a very, very high likelihood that it could be fatal. So things like that, this is not good. And to add on to that, China has also reduced their interest rates. Okay, reduce your interest rates to protect. Remember, the likes of Baba, Neo, all the other stocks have been falling. You think you've lost Nasdaq here? Yeah, you should see the Chinese stock. They're battered properly. They've been battered since before the Q4 earnings. So they've been having quite a bad time trying to recover from this. Okay, so I hope things recover there as well. But again, the whole global situation isn't good. It's quite hard to find any positive news out of all this just now. Okay, and this thing came out. It's quite funny. I want to bring this up. Netflix stock lost all its gains from pandemic. Why I brought this up? Because I remember back in 2020, I set on my Trading 212 account an alarm that if Netflix hits 300, please trigger me so I would buy some Netflix. That was back in 2020 before everything went wow. And I thought, I'll never see this alarm again. I left it there and it came at 300 today. I picked up my phone and said, Netflix at 300. It's lower than when it was at pandemic. This is crazy. And it's hard to judge where we go from here, Netflix. But I know Netflix has tried to acquire the video games department. They're trying to acquire expansion and they got more movies on the Oscar nomination than ever before. They could even win an Oscar this year with a couple. I think there's 2 movies that they potentially could win. So it's hard to judge where price action, company fundamentals, are they the same? It's very, very difficult to judge them. But then again, who in the world can compete with Netflix besides the Hollywood, Disney Plus? Even Disney Plus wants to get a lower reduction, cheaper subscription model with ads so that folks can buy Disney Plus, even the fact that already $99 per year or something, really cheap, cheaper than Netflix. So it's something that it's deviating so much to the point where I can't tell you that it's undervalued. At the same time, I can't be saying that let's go buy it now because there's a reason why they are low. So it's a difficult one. It's a very difficult one. And I'm sure folks working in Netflix are working the butt off trying to make their product better. They're not focused on the stock market. It's not for them. They focus on the technology to make things better, to make the catalog better, to make the next Squid Games, to make the next zombie Korean movie. They're all focused on that. So folks invest in Netflix. It's hard to lose 50%, but that's where we are. That's the stock market. It's very ruthless. If you don't do well, if it doesn't fit the bill, you're down. If Netflix starts producing oil, maybe it's a different way we can go from here. Okay, so and next thing is, again, back to the war. Okay, the war seems to be improving at some front, but again, it's hard to believe what news comes on board. So now, everybody's been trying to drag China in. There were rumors about China and Taiwan, but I think that's rumors about a war going on, but I don't think that will happen. That's another story for a different day. So now we've got information that just came out hot off the press in the last 10 hours that China has sat down with America for the last 7 hours. I think it's on CNBC, trying to negotiate what we can do to avoid this. China is in a very good situation. They've got an economic boom. The last thing they want to do is get involved in the war. And they've been trying to clear the name of certain issues happening about human rights in the nation. And now to start a war and to reenact everything else is not in their favor. They want to be the bigger person. They want to play the better game. For me personally, I don't think they want to go into. But then again, they're stuck in a rock and hard place between Russia and also NATO. And let's see where we go from here. I think small baby steps will be taken. The media is trying to create a whole riff-raff story, but I think baby steps are taken on the political front. And so we just have to watch and see. And hopefully things improve. End of the day, we want things to improve. Yeah, we want things to go back to peace. We want to go back to recovery mode. So this is where we are, and it's quite hard. So on the stocks front end, people ask me, do you invest in Chinese stocks? I mean, there's no way we can invest in any stocks just now with the current market condition. Okay, so let's try to spend some positivity. So if anybody who wants to watch a podcast, this is a great podcast. I actually listened to this today when I was at work in the morning, had it on my earphones. This is really good. PAD podcast, episode 128 about Michael Saylor and Bitcoin. Really, really good. I've only gone through halfway. I've got to watch the remainder hour of the show, but man, I didn't realize how smart a man Michael Saylor was. So if you don't know Michael Saylor, he's one of the biggest holder of Bitcoin. He's been buying Bitcoin since the year 2000. He believes that everything, like equity stocks and everything, is dead. There's nothing else that he can hold. He wants to protect his wealth, and Bitcoin is the way to go. It sounds like I'm trying to convince everybody to go crypto, but he only buys Bitcoin, and he's got his valid reason. One, he thinks that Bitcoin is the best custodian whole of value, and currencies that we have now is dropping. Since the money printing era in 2007 and 2020, the value of a currency is getting smaller. Like, for example, back then, Apple iPhone cost like maybe 1 Bitcoin, and now Apple iPhone, 1 Bitcoin could buy you hundreds of Apple iPhone. So that's the way he can. But one thing that I've learned from there that's affecting the macroeconomics is it makes real good sense. So everybody shares that 10% benchmark is great for stocks because the S&P 500 has grown 10% in the last, 90 years? And why is that so? He's made a very good point. It's because the US economy prints about 10% of money every single year. They have to supply. Inflation is so many percent. You have to print 10% supply money. So 10% supply money comes in. And what does it go to? It goes to the big corporate companies that try to sell stuff and make revenues. That's where they make money. Same as the COVID crash. COVID crash, S&P 500 rise is about 30, 40, 50% in the last 2 years. And 30, 40, 50% is almost equivalent to the money printed by the feds. So whatever feds print money, the money goes to big corporate companies like Apple, Netflix, Google. They'll try to get your money off your hands, and that's where we are. So now he's saying that with now money printing is going to decline, interest rates going to go up. Where are you going to store your money? Stock market will not be a great place. Bond isn't a great place. Are you going to start buying houses? And what if the housing market collapse again? That's where he's all going to the Bitcoin. So I'm not saying go Bitcoin, but it's interesting chat into macroeconomics, stocks, how he view money, how a billionaire views risk reward and risk impact, and how he wants to hold his valuation for 100 years. Check this link out. So I will share the link and make sure you watch it. I'm not trying to show anything here, but it's a really, it'll be worth your while. It'll be worth your while watching this. When you work or you're out on the run, it's really, really good. It's very high quality. Okay, so next, what am I gonna say about next is yes, inflation. Okay, so the big word recession, for me, my personal point of view, is what happens during a recession. Okay, I'm going to change the topic here. I'm going to say, let me just add a line. Let me edit. I should edit. What happens during a recession? Let me spell recession. Sure. Okay. So now I really want to speak. What happens during a recession? I mean, everybody's gone through a recession before. You were there. I mean, most of you guys were there during 2007. You were there during COVID. You were there during dot-com bubble boom. If you're old enough to remember it. So for me, recession is the most painful one when you know it's going to happen. Beside your wife shouting out, "It's going to be a recession," is you're going to lose your job. If you feel the fact that, oh wait, I feel that I'm going to lose my job. The company's going to close because the company's not making money, then that's the biggest alarm. That's the last line of defense, saying, oh my goodness, parachute, where are you? And the second thing is, before it happens, you see a mortgage increase, cost of housing increase. I mean, water bill, cost, car, everything's going to increase. Your outgoing will exceed your incoming salary. You're going to take a second job soon. Salary stays stagnant, and you're spending less. You're spending less so that you can save more, but eventually overtake your earnings. So it's painful. It's all about budget management, but we've all gone through it. And then the only thing that will save you through this, because like the last two recession, I was okay because I had savings. Savings is the saving grace, and if your savings is not an issue, that's fine. Some people might go through, key milestone like a wedding, or kids going to university where they have to shell out some money. Those are the people that gets impacted really, really hard. And hopefully you guys are fine. But one thing is, who will get hit recession? I don't think it's going to be a global recession. It's going to all be down to the inflation, okay? As you can see, Japan has got really low inflation. China has got low inflation. Hong Kong, Indonesia. So countries with low inflation will be less impacted because it's inflation that really kicks in. But the folks like in Europe, like Canada, Ireland, Italy, New Zealand, India, US, Russia, this is before the war, yeah. Those will be hit really, really bad. Anybody with high inflation just saw things going up rapidly. Residents in the country gets impacted, recession will come closer to them. So, I know that Chicken Genius mentioned recession coming soon and he's in Singapore, 4%. It's not that bad, huh? It's not that bad. Australia 3.5, Philippines 3. You don't feel a thing because it's all recession comes from the food produced, the food you get, your housing, it's cheaper to stay obviously in the likes of Indonesia, is Philippines, places like that cheaper to stay. In Japan, there's so many houses available, people are not buying new homes. So a recession will happen, period. So I think us living in Europe, that's what worries me. Recession may hit us sooner than anybody else in the world because our neighboring Russia are fighting a war with Ukraine. So if anything hits, it will hit us. So I can feel already salary is not increased for a long, long time. If I wasn't investing, if I wasn't doing side hustle, if I wasn't saving hard enough, it'd be struggle. So I worry about the people. I go to work, I see these guys at work, buying new cars with their bonuses, they're buying watches, and a friend was talking about buying a Rolex for his birthday. I was going, man, this shouldn't be the time for you to be buying a Rolex, man. This should be the time you should put money under the bed. And recession will be hitting really hard. People don't know that. Folks are still wanting to buy a Tesla. Folks are saying, I'm going to trade in my Tesla for a new Tesla. It's not the time to buy a Tesla. So people are not feeling it. It's only people watching my channel or watching YouTube or following people on the macroeconomics front are understanding this will happen. But trust me, go out there, speak to neighbors and ask them, do you think a recession happened? They said, wait till BBC tells me. So something that I just want to share and just tell people, just be aware, save up for the rainy day. Okay, so what's next? I was going to speak about before we go there, what do sorry, I've got an agenda here. What do I think about stocks? Okay, so let's go back and speak about if a recession hits. Yeah, okay, if a recession hits, Alex, what do I think about the stocks front end? Okay, for stocks, what do I do? Basically, what do you do with the stocks? Okay, let me get a drink first. It's basically, what do you do? People are asking me, do you sell now? Do I sell now, Alex? Do I sell now? Do I cash out? I'm trying to find a universal answer, but I cannot find a universal answer because everybody is different. Okay. Investment stocks portfolio is like your fingerprint. Okay, your fingerprint. And there's not a single person in the world that's got identical fingerprint as somebody else who's not got from the same family unless you're identical twin. I don't think that investment portfolio or investment decision is the same for everybody. Like my investment decision to my portfolio is completely different from my children. Even my children's risk reward, risk assessment, and mine are completely different. We're on a different timeline, we're on a different capital, a different target. So it's nothing like for like. But I've come up with 4 different areas. Okay. First is the person who are more controlled on a controlled budget, very spreadsheet, very organized, will do well. If you are those type of person, you're very controlled, you've got husband and wife working, your mortgage paid well, you're not excessive, you get additional savings. Period like this will be the place where you don't try to pick every stock, but you dollar cost average on your conviction. Focus on what you need to do and focus on the goal. Be ambitious about it. Don't be worried. Go to sleep properly. Dollar cost average on the things you buy. Because the likes of Apple, Amazon, Google, they will still, regardless of inflation, they'll be taking your money because they're raising product prices. They're not going to worry. You can get oil stocks, you can dividends, and not a problem. Nobody's going to laugh at you. You can index, nobody's going to laugh at you because you're in control. Regardless of what you get out of this, when you come out the other end, you'll be doing well. You're not going to time the market. You don't have the time to do it anyway. Okay, that's number 1, the controlled budget, the controlled person. Second, a lot of people, new people, started in 2020, investors, those who fear and who doesn't sleep well, who gets disturbed by every market turn. Hey, it's normal. I've spoken on my channel here, Discord. Loads of people like that. Cannot blame them. You just started. I was like that when I first started as well. I read the news. I try to find the answer. I'm always looking for the answer. There's always an answer somewhere. I'm an engineer. 1 + 1 is always 2. The angle of the gradient is always something. We have to seek an answer, but it's not the case. So if you're fearful, you're sleepless, please accept there's no rebound for now. There won't be a rebound. There's no good news enough for you to see a rebound. Trust me, you're not going to see a rebound. Don't look at support lines whatsoever. Just stay out, cash out, hold as much cash, 70%, 80%. Try to stay in a bit as a reference point, but don't start buying on the dip because this is not the point. We're not seeing the bottom, it still could go down, as I've shown on the chart just now. Okay, so that's two. If you're fearful, you're inexperienced, just stay out. There's nothing wrong with that. You can always go in, but make sure you don't spend that money. Don't go buy a new Tesla with the 50 grand that you've gained. Don't go do that. Okay, so the third point is a seasoned investor. So seasoned investors, I've been speaking to a few other folks. So what are you going to do now? So seasoned investors, some have taken profit, some have taken loss, some have taken cash, but they're hedging. They're buying some oil, they're doing quick turns, they're going to quick swing trading, they're doing quick trades. So for me, I don't class myself as seasoned, but I'm starting to swing trade now. I'm starting to swing trade again. Itchy fingers, it keeps me excited, it keeps me alive. Okay, swing trade, I don't hedge, but I swing trade. I try to swing crypto, I try to swing stocks, I try to make an agenda every day what I can do, even though I'm still working. Swing trade, it keeps me going, it keeps me alive. Okay, as long as I don't make loss, risk reward ratio. Okay, seasoned investors is what I'm doing. And the last one for me, and the fourth one, is I still like the crypto. I think with a recession upcoming, with market turbulence, this is an opportunity. I mean, when I started investing, yeah, I started almost post 2009, 2010. Okay, started after that index dollar cost average, went down a bit, not much, started buying. For that last decade, from 2010, 2009, couple of corrections, all the way up to 2020, there wasn't much of a crash for me. Okay, I'm not saying crash is blissful. It's a blessing. Nobody wants a crash. Okay, but it's only during crash where heroes are being made, millionaires are being made. People buy on great dips. So to be able to buy on COVID, to be able to multiply multiple times of my capital, it's a blessing where I'm. And now if it happens again, I'm just going to go in and capitalize again and buy great quality stocks. And capture them by conviction, high quality. I'm not going to do dividends. I'm not going to do dividend returns. I want to build my index. I'm not going to do some boring 65-year-old retiree type stocks. I'm going to try for growth, technology, disruption, blockchain, crypto, online e-commerce, semiconductor. Those are the ones I'm looking for. So that's me. I will be buying, I'll be selective, I'll be swing trading, and I'll be doing short-term and long-term. And things will change on an occasional basis. So that is me. What I'll do, remember, control. If you control budget, dollar cost averaging, don't feel bad. You're doing well. Give yourself a pat on the back. And number two, if you're fearful, you're not sleeping well enough, don't worry. Stay out. Stay out of the game. Stay on the sideline. It's okay. It's okay to stay on the sideline. But remember, keep reading, keep feeding your brain with information. And number three, seasoned investors. They're not. I don't think that seasoned investors watching this. Seasoned investors will be doing something else. They'll be sleeping. They'll be reading. Swing trade. Small capital. I'm not doing much. I'm taking 10% capital just now to swing trade. Okay, you can do day trading. Okay, you can do leverage trading. It's entirely up to you. It's entirely up to you. But remember, you only put in what you can afford to lose. For me, finally, I'll be focused on still disruptive technology stock. My yield may not be great this year. I targeted 15 to 16, 17%. With the war, I might have to reduce that. I might even go to -5 for all we know. That's where we are. So that's really where I am. So last thing, I just want to touch a bit of crypto. Crypto is going mental just now. Bitcoin, Ethereum are staying well. Everything else is falling like a carrots from the sky. Look at this. This is a very important chart here. Market capital. So the market capital from almost 3 trillion is dropping to 1.7 trillion for the crypto. Stocks is about 50. Crypto is about almost 2 trillion. Is going to drop. So it looks like maybe drop further. So for me, it's really volatile. I've exited a couple of positions and I'm sitting and watching, but it gives me time to learn. I'm actually learning about NFTs, getting involved with a couple of projects, learning from folks, community. I love community. I love community, working with people, talking to people. I just love it. So that's where I'm coming from. That's where I am. So really, this is me. This is me. Just to recap on what I've experienced in the last few days. So I'm going to go to comments. I'm going to go to chat, see what folks have got any questions or what we want to chat about. And I think there's a key one that Paris says 2 weeks now we will have only 1 hour early open. I didn't realize that. I think somebody mentioned it. So thank you very much. So anybody out there waiting for stock market 2:30 UK time, you go, wait a minute, why is it already open? So 2 weeks now we have 1 hour early open session. So remember that. Yeah. Okay. And Max, Alex, much love. Take care. Take care to you too. Thanks for coming on. Hopefully things are well with you and you and your family. And Zebu is talking about Netflix. I don't think the operating costs of the cloud providers will decrease. Exactly. Operating costs will stay the same. I'm a big fan of AWS. I'm big fan of Microsoft. I'm a big fan of Apple. I'm just huge on the cloud. I'm huge on the cloud infrastructure, not the cloud stocks, but the cloud infrastructure. Okay. I think APC Master. How are you doing, pal? How are you doing? Company fair price just before JP manipulated upside. JP Morgan. Yeah. Good point. Good point. I'm very sad. My fibers are lost. Yes. For me is I've got a list. I'm trying to try new stuff on the channel. So Fiverr is definitely on the list for me to review. Netflix, Facebook, a couple of stocks have been injured. I really want to review these stocks. I want to do like a 5-7 minute session. So I've got a long list of stocks. So Fiverr is definitely on the list. CrowdStrike, Darktrace is on the list. So I've got already about 10 stocks that I've already sort of markup, technical analysis, valuation, all that stuff that I try to concise down to 5-6 minutes. So if you guys got any stocks that you want, please leave it down here. If I can take note, if I know them well enough, I will do an individual topic on them. So hopefully once, twice a week, I can share them out just to keep content going on my website. But this is will be my view. It's not for trendy topic. It's just to help family investors who own this stock. So Fiverr, definitely not to speak about it. I've not bought it since I've sold it at about 180. I sold it 190, and then I sold it 160 again. I've never really bought it back in since. It just kept falling because I was focused on the stock. So I will speak about Fiverr. Yeah, Mr. Akbar. Vegas Cat Rock. Curious your thoughts on UiPath. They do AI automation. IRS recently contracted them. No, I don't know about UiPath, but something that I'm going to make note. I do make notes occasionally and then save them if it's worthwhile. UiPath. I'll look at that. See if any interesting. But thank you. Okay. BNB 365, how you doing, pal? How you doing? I didn't buy enough Cake Box on the dip. Who is Cake Box? Have you looked at them? No, I don't know. I believe is that a UK is that a UK low cap stocks? Because I know BNB 365. You've been looking at Cake Box. Are you sure it's not a bakery company? Oh, geez, I found a bakery company here. Cake Box stock. Sorry, I'm looking. Cake Box Holding. Yeah, it's a London Stock Exchange. I've not seen them. And why are they going up today? They are bouncing up. So it's gone up. Sorry, I'm just going to show you my screen. Yeah, so Kickbox has bounced 10% today. They've been bouncing. They've somehow gone low. So I don't know about Kickbox. I'll definitely look at them shortly. Let me write it down. Kickbox. I do have a look at them in a short and see worthwhile sharing any information. And Chichi, how are you doing? What are your thoughts on AMD and Apple? For me, I like AMD, I like Apple. I will always say dollar cost average, but I am reluctant to give my buy trigger on my support lines because they have just cracked the floor and just going. I think previously I mentioned AMD could even go to the 80s and 70s if this gets worse. But in terms of production and shipment, they'll still do well. They might not sell much to Russia, but Russia is only 1%. Apple has cancelled Russia's sales. They're quite a big customer there. So in terms of revenue growth, they might have to rechange their strategy. That might not sell as much as what they were expecting during the last earnings. So there's nothing much you can do just now. We just have to watch and learn. But if you do want to take money off, so if me tomorrow I decide to say, oh Alex, I need to cash out. If I need to cash out, I will sell some of my AMD. Okay, I'm not going to sell out. I'll sell some of my AMD just to cash out. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't feel because I bought AMD on the cheap, so it's okay to cash out. But then again, for me, AMD, Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Tesla, long-term hold for me. I mean, if I could pick any stocks, if I got money, I got free money today, I was going to buy these stocks. So it's not an issue. But then it's just the situation that we're in now. Buying the dip just now, there's no floor. It's going to be a difficult one. Yeah. APM Mastercard 99. Wow, China's in deflation mode. No wonder Chinese stock. Yeah, they are getting hammered. I don't know if they're going to find a floor, but definitely the government is trying to find a way to push money into the economy to allow people to loan, to allow people to come back in recovery. So I think it's positive, but they're not really at the bottom yet. And with the war going on, it doesn't really help them just after. So you have to watch and learn, but it's not game over for them. Okay, it's not game over for them. BNB 365, who's going to be buying crypto when they can't put food on the table or heat in your home? Yeah, that's right. We shouldn't be investing if you're struggling with savings and money. So that's why I've shown the chart early on crypto. You can see this global, it's just dropping. People are just taking money out. People have been putting leverages. People have been losing money. People are taking what remainder what they have. I'm sure the people taking the money has not even made any form of profit. And anybody still holding on are folks who are still I suppose, who invested early the Ethereum in 2017. So it's going to be a difficult one. Yeah. Teladoc and Micron. Teladoc, Micron, love it. I mean, if it wasn't for AMD, Taiwan Semiconductor, and I think I wouldn't be buying Micron. But Micron, I'm also bullish on it. I'll put in the same camp as my semiconductor. Teladoc, I don't really invest in like what do you call it, medical type companies, because one, I'm not great at them, and two, I've made lots of losses before. So I cannot really comment on Teladoc. But I've seen a couple of comments and YouTube videos where people bullish about Teladoc, but it's not for my call, so I will avoid answering that question for now. Okay, Adrian Victor, thank you very much, Adrian. Which crypto do you swing trade? Which time frame do you use? So for me, the ones I do swing trade, it's like Ethereum and Luna, or Bitcoin and Ethereum. Like for example, Ethereum and Bitcoin just now. It looks like a good time. If anybody owns Ethereum, if I'm really tempted to swing my Ethereum back to Bitcoin, wait for the Bitcoin to rise and swing it back, because Ethereum to Bitcoin is about 15 Ethereum to one Bitcoin. Just now is really really low. Because if Bitcoin, if anything happens on the rebound for crypto, it will be Bitcoin first. So anything with Bitcoin, so anything I would do just now, I will swap it over to Bitcoin, wait for the rise up, and then swap it back out again. So that's me swing trading on different parameters. And the other one that I swing a lot is AVAX and Phantom. Okay, I'll try to do the piggyback jump. So I'll buy an AVAX, wait for the rise, and then drop off and jump to Phantom and then drop off. So that's what I do swing. So I swing between AVAX, Phantom, see who rise and fall on liquid farming, and also I do Luna, Bitcoin, and then Bitcoin, Ethereum. That's the one I do in the trade. Or go long, go short. There's some platform called GMX which I'm trying out. Go long, go short without leveraging. So those are what I try. But it's just for quick. And my time frame would last between a day or 2 days. The ones that I've gone long that I've done really well so far is Deuce EX. No, Deuce, not Deuce EX. Deuce EX is a game, the EUS. So I've actually done well in the last few days with Deuce. Yeah, I could have 10x, but I'm only managed to I could only manage to 5x this one. Quite, very very lucky position to do so. So this was the one. I monitored this stock of Deuce Finance at $30. I never went in because I was busy trying to buy Phantom. And then I managed to catch a train about a few days ago when it hit at this point, 90. I got at 90 and I ride the wave all the way up. I took profit at some point at around about 280. And then it kept going out and I bought back in again. So I'm actually riding this on the momentum. And now it's at 310. I think this might be wrong. Let me go check CoinGecko. They might have dropped the US. So no, CoinGecko is right, 427. So they're on 427. So this was the one that I've been riding for the last week or so. I would say a week. I've been doing well. I went back in, went back out. So I caught 100 and then it's going to go up. So Deuce is the only one that's going up. And the other one that I'm doing well for my portfolio is obviously Luna. Luna has gone from like 40% overall to a complete 75%. That's how great Luna has been going up. So that's the one that's just buy and hold. Every profit that I make, I drop into Luna. Anything I make off my trading and everything, I always pump it back to Luna. At the moment, I wouldn't buy Luna at this current price. I'll only buy Luna under 75. Wish me luck if it ever comes. But I'm quite disciplined on my price trigger for crypto. I don't buy it until it hits a point because I know crypto swings every single day. So this is me on crypto. I was going to do a video, but hopefully I can cover a separate dedicated video for my crypto in the later future. Okay. BMB365 says, I filtered using Simply Wall Street to find UK microcap that pays dividend. Some very interesting stocks right there. Started buying Cakebox and now 50% up in a week. Well done. So you recommend Wall Street, do you? So I would try to use Wall Street. I think I recently downloaded the app as well. So I'll take, I take your recommendation. I'll try to use Wall Street because I used it years ago. I stopped using it, but I found it quite interesting in a couple of stocks, like AMD, the valuation tab for Wall Street. So Simply Wall Street, yeah, I'm going to give that a go. So to have UK stocks is really, really good. Long-term investing, yes, long-term investing is where we are. It's where we need to stick to. If you are, like I said, if you're control, calm, you've got your budget under control, there's nothing wrong. You just have to ride this wave, and you don't get this dip very often. Trust me, I've invested since like 2009, 2010, and it's hard to find correction dips like that. It's frustrating, but if you keep staying in the market and buying it great quality, don't be stubborn enough to buy a stock which keeps falling, like Netflix, it's on the reversal. You don't keep buying the dip unless you bought Netflix since the 50s, 60s. You don't buy Baba. You don't keep buying Baba on the dip, knowing on the geopolitical condition. Be smart about it. Be savvy about it. Okay. And Anita, how are you doing, Anita? I think you're saying that my portfolio is down. My portfolio is down 50%. So I began investing in April last year. I have no idea to do. I'm just holding. Yeah. So it's Anita, it's painful. I've been in that position before, down 50%. I think back in 2016, I went all in 15. I went every single penny. I went all in, and then I did not open my stocks portfolio for 6 months to 9 months because it was completely in the red. It was painful the fact that if my wife finds out and she nags me about it every day. So I kept it really quiet for 6-9 months, and it was painful. So a couple of things that you can do that you're in control is if you're holding really painful stocks that are really down, that's dragging the portfolio down. Don't feel bad on risk transferring. I've released a video of risk transfer, explained it, and I got a couple of comments from people saying that, oh no, I'm not going to take a loss to move. So for example, if you're down, let's say you own Fastly, you're down on 60% of Fastly. Don't feel bad by taking the 60% loss on Fastly and moving over to, let's say, Tesla, or moving over to, say, let's say, Shopify, or moving a lot to, say, Amazon. Because at the end of the day, if Fastly is down by 60-70%, there's a reason why they're down, okay? There's a genuine reason, business reason why people are selling off. And Tesla, the likes of Tesla, Amazon, the bigger cap, bigger liquidity companies with better cash flow, they will most likely succeed over time. And like the forecast for Tesla by 2025 is 5 million cars. Currently, they're about 1 million. They're going to 5x the amount of deliveries. So stuff like that, which is a roadmap, which is clear. So don't feel bad by losing the 60%, moving on Tesla, who's like $750 just now, who potentially could go upside for 1,005, 2,005. So you could sleep better as well, knowing that you could potentially recover a lot faster. So that you are in control. You can do what you want. Do your homework. Don't just jump in. Do your homework, and you can watch my video full of steps, and step by step, just to take you out of the rut and bring you in. But if you're holding great quality stocks like Apple, Amazon, and all, and you're down, those will come back, recover. You can just dollar cost average and bring it down. Or if you really feel bad about it, then you can just sell it off and come back in a later date. But again, timing the market is difficult. Being in the market is a lot more successful rate. Yeah, I hope that helps. It's painful to hear. I can feel the pain you're writing it. I know where we are. I feel it. But I just hope that you do recover, and don't leave the market and not come back. Because if you leave the market now, you'll be just taking 50% loss. I just hope you recover. This will be a lesson that you are paying for just now in the short term. This will be far better than buying any MBA course from Stanford or Cambridge, because this is just building character. Okay, that's the positive vibes I can share with you today. Okay, Anita. Okay, Lenny is up to. How are you doing, Lenny? Lenny, USD and anchor for me until the market is more clear. Hey, that's a good one. Yeah, crypto man, and doing really, really well. Yeah, Luna, US and UST anchor. Stable coins like putting 20%. Cannot go wrong with that. Yeah, cannot go wrong with that. Okay, click and pick your opinion on NEO. I have been watching and following folks in NEO. I'm not sure with the general information that NEO has dropped like $15-16. And I think I've commented on somebody about maybe half an hour ago saying, what do you think of NEO? So for me, NEO is down. Okay, the Chinese market is down. All sentiments are down. But NEO factory production is still going. They do far better than Rivian. They do far better than what's the other EV company that everybody makes fun of. But anyway, it's going to be Tesla and NEO. That's what my opinion is. And in Europe, in Sweden, in Norway, it's all expanding. It's just the price action just doesn't reflect the company's performance in the medium long term run. So I don't own NEO, but I'm tempted to buy some. I did call for NEO to be 100 at the back end of last year. I was completely wrong. I put my hand up for it, but it just shows the fact that I'm very bullish on NEO. Tesla will not be the only company that delivers. Tesla will not dominate the market. Tesla's target for market EV domination in the next 25 years is actually about 30%, 35%. Who's going to cover the remainder of that 65-70%? They need companies, and NEO will be one of them. And where they are now, they just have to expand. So NEO at this price range may not reflect what they are on car deliveries, but it takes time. It takes time to build an oil platform. It takes 7 years to build an oil platform. and it takes 4 years to build a semiconductor fabrication yard. Look at what Intel are doing. And it takes years to build a car factory, to build your people up to speed. Toyota took about 15, 20 years to optimize the 7 Sigma. It takes time. If you have the time frame, well done, own you. Okay, good. Vegas Cat Rock, what are your thoughts on semiconductor stocks at AMD and Germany? I have no issue with. It'd be an issue if China starts launching missiles, and the first thing they want to hit is the semiconductor fab yard. Don't think they will do that. I don't think they want to be destroyed. So I think tension is high. For me, it's a buying opportunity. But for me, I'm not going to say it's going to rebound soon. It's going to be over long term. Taiwan Semiconductor is really the custodian holding AMD and Nvidia by the balls. If anything goes wrong, these two companies will be in big trouble because they're all fabless, including Apple, not just AMD and Nvidia. So Apple has got all the contracts to submit, Taiwan Semiconductor and everybody else, same as AMD and Nvidia. So risk is there. Hopefully it flies over. I'm not concerned as of today. I've seen news coming out. I got families in Taiwan. I speak to them. Everybody's got life as per normal. Nobody is building a bunker just now. So it's safe for now. That's my personal opinion. And I don't think if any escalation, it'll be done in a very smart way. Honestly, China, I'm not going to tell it my wife, but China doesn't really have to fight Taiwan to bring it back. All they have to do is just cut a water supply, electrical supply, and that's it. They don't have to send a marine troop across. It's bad. It's bad. But the thing is, I think everybody wants to do business. Everybody wants to survive. Taiwan is a growing global competitor. I think the last thing you want to do is get involved in a warfare. It's all a standoff just now. So that's my point of view. Okay, I'm not very qualified to comment on it, but that's what I see. Okay, what do you think about Facebook stock? Facebook is great for now until they show me a disruptive nature of where their company is heading, because I'm disappointed they've lost their dime stable coin. They were supposed to go blockchain. They've lost that. The metaverse is not convincing. All the products they've released so far is not convincing. But the share price just now looks pretty attractive. I think around under 200 or something. Look pretty attractive, but give them time. They've got cash flow. They can buy out folks. They can buy a cybersecurity company. They can buy any gaming company. They can buy Nintendo if they want to. I don't think Japan will sell. I don't think the Japanese will sell them. They can buy Nintendo if they want to. So watch and learn. If you hold dollar cost average, buy. I think nothing will beat Instagram. Go on Netflix, okay? Go on Netflix. See what we've seen. All the last few movies were based on Instagram movies. In Inventing Anna, okay, the Tinder Swindler, Tyrannos, all these, movies that came, they were based on Instagram boom last decade. It's all Facebook, okay? Who's going to win? TikTok? Yes, TikTok is a huge competition, but, TikTok's not going to break Facebook or break Instagram. So room for growth, room for improvement, give them time, maybe 18 months, maybe 12 months, give them time. Okay. Yep. So, yeah. Oh, geez, I forgot there was most of the comments below. So I'm going to see who I missed out. Brandon, how you doing, Brandon? My Shopify is down 50%. Should I sell it? Okay, no problem, Brandon. My personal point of view is Shopify. It's a true competition to Amazon. Okay, it's all about Shopify versus Amazon. Okay, Shopify has helped lots of companies, smaller retail companies, grow business, grow websites, online business, everything digital on the premises. So great company, great disruptor to Amazon. So if you can hold, and I said Shopify was overvalued, over 1,000. I think my valuation back then was like 750, 650, and now they're down below 500. I'm actually even looking at Shopify. So give them time. I think they were hammered quite a lot because their growth is reduced and they've made some losses through some changes in the server. Things will pan out properly. There's no one else but Shopify that can do well, and Shopify can still expand globally to Singapore, the Philippines, to Indonesia, to India. There are places to expand because everything's digital. So two things that I can share with you. If you feel that annoyed, you can sleep, swap your Shopify for Amazon. Amazon, go to the stock split, Amazon 2,700, great. If you want to sleep better, you want to go on the Death Star, the great big ship, the Black Pearl, then go to Amazon. Sell off, risk transfer. But if you believe in Shopify as a business case, you believe the J curve will recover back up, then just stick with Shopify, dollar cost average. Take your time. Don't rush in. Don't go all in yet. Dollar cost average and hold them. They'll still do well. Great company. Okay. If you're asking me whether it's PayPal or Square, I have a different opinion for those guys. But Shopify, I'm still positive. But if you want to be sure win, then fine. Go Google, go Amazon, 20 to 1 stock split, and also a good upside because they have cash flow. They can buy a company and you can sleep better. Okay. I hope that helps. Okay. Alif, hello to you, bro, too. 1988. Great year, by the way. Kevin Chan, yep. You see, agree. Shopify 50% would not sell. I would say that as well. But again, you got options. You got options, and what you can do. Okay. Vegas Cat Rock, can you do a video on how you help your customers to sign up Patreon? Curious how you provide updates daily. I'll do that. I've been quite slow on the updates on Patreon just now, so I'm not the most organized. I'll say that, yeah, Patreon members can. I'm not the most organized, but if anybody who comes and speak to me who wants to email me, ask me a question, I'll respond as much as I can. I will, because I don't have a big crowd on Patreon, but I will help as much people as much as I can. I think recently I've started doing a Zoom calls, non-recorded for all. I think I did twice a week last week. It was really good. People came, people shared, people chat. So hopefully, I'm still trying to rejig what's the best way to communicate to everyone. So that's what I'm doing for my Patreon, just to help. But I think upcoming next with Patreon, I am working on my risk transfer list for the Patreon members. Just give them first; they will get it first, and hopefully over time I'll do it on a video share with everyone just to explain. But through email, I do a regular email up to my Patreon members. That's what I do. Okay. Hope that helps. But again, email me if you need anybody in more information. BAB365. If ARM gets listed, will it be listed overvalued? Yes, it will be so overvalued. Because it's not in the UK, it's going to be listed in New York. It will be so overvalued to a point that somebody might buy them out again. That's my thought. They should have just joined up with Nvidia and just run the runway. But no, they want to be listed and they'll be way overvalued. Folks should be investing early before blebs like us come in. So I will not even get there. The thing is, ARM is more patent driven rather than the product selling. It's more patent driven. It's more like a research house rather than proper product manufacturing. That's what happened when it was at FTSE 100. So yeah, that's me. Please thoughts on NEO getting killed at China. Yeah, I think I just spoke about NEO. China does not help Russia. I think I have to hold instead of taking massive loss on risk transfer. Maybe you would want to ask me this morning. So NEO, I mean, it's at 16 just now. Taking a risk transfer from NEO. You don't have to buy on the debt, but hopefully the recovery will come. But it just take time, and hopefully it goes well. But NEO at this price range, I think people are actually considering buying them. So. Will these stocks go down further? Think you're getting more? Yeah, they will go down, but they're not going to go down as much as the other growth stocks, Microsoft, Apple. All I can say to you now, because it's a bearish market, look at the price of Microsoft and Apple. It will quite sideways like this for, I would say, 6, 8, 9, 10 months. Okay. After a while, when inflation's over, the war is over, a year later, that stocks of that price, if it's still sideways, it'll be so cheap. It'd be so cheap because the businesses are still growing, the business is still catching up. Cloud computing, gaming, movies, streaming, sports, content creators, hardware, they're going digital, they're trying to cut on costs. Microsoft, Apple, they will do well over long term. It's hard to beat these two companies. Okay, it's hard to find a competition for Apple. It's hard to name a competition. Are you going to say Samsung is competition? Apple? No, Apple's a whole different ballgame. They can sell you a $5,000 PC with a screen that costs $2,000. Folks will buy it up. They still run out of stocks. Okay, so low, go sideways, cheap, undervalued, overvalued. Kind of care less. But if you focus on the hurdle after that, you'll be fine. If you can find another stock better than Microsoft, Apple, call me, tell me, we speak. You can show me your case. That's all I can say. Hopefully it helps. Yeah, hopefully it helps. Okay. Following up to the other question regarding Patreon, it looks great opportunity to swing trade and benefit from further. Yes. Swing trade. I've not shared swing trade, but hopefully I can share that. I don't think I'll share it on Patreon. I was hoping to start a swing trade type series on here, or maybe in Twitter. I share lots on Twitter as well. So, Vegas Cat Rock, feel free to email me if you want to speak about more and see how can help with patrons for you. Feel free to email me, and I'm open. I'm free chat, or go to Discord. If you guys are not on Discord, go on the Discord channel, and folks are helping out there as well. You don't necessarily join the Patreon. I'm not the best salesman in the world, am I not? But it's all about the community help. and the free Discord channel is great. Okay, the Patreon is just bring it to closer to me that I can speak to you guys closer. But I'm always around anyway. I'm always around. I just love what I do here on on my channel. I just love it. I'm not the best YouTuber that grew the channel, but I just love the community work. I just love it very, very much. Envy, how long do you dollar cost average over 3 months, 6 months? Okay, dollar cost average, it's a good question. Thank you very much. It's a good question. By principle, by textbook, dollar cost average is when you get your salary, set aside some money, 100, 200, 300, 1,000, buy a stock automatically. Okay, that's the traditionally dollar cost average. And there's a chart that says it's always ever successful. For me, the way I do it is I make sure I set a budget that I save. Okay, let's say I save $250 for my kids every month. Each kid 500. So 250 for A, 250 for B. Every month I'll save that money. If the market is bullish, there's nothing to buy. I don't buy. But if I see buy triggers an opportunity, I go, oh, I'm going to buy some of this, buy some of that, deplete the cash, wait for a couple more months before I buy out again. That's what I do. I buy on the right depth because now you've got your technical analysis, you got your buy trigger, you get a bit more knowledge about the market. Then you can just start timing your buy, You can start timing your buy. And that's it. I can see my head disappearing because of the green part of the cap. Yeah. So I make sure you save as much on every opportunity you can. Because I side hustle, I bring in more cash as well. So every time I try to build a cash as fast as I can, and I see opportunities, I buy in. That's what I do. So there's no timeline, but it's like saving. Save up as fast as you can, and then you can do whatever you want after. Okay, no problem. Thank you. Play some piano. My sons play piano, not me. So not me. I've just been sitting down teaching for his exams. He's got exams coming up, and it's been a very, very tiring night. So one day I'll get the kids to play you piano. Yeah, stocks are over, going to be years. Yeah, it's going to be a tough one. It's going to be a tough one. Swing trading leverage is good. I don't do that. I know that you've done leverage swing trading, but you don't have to push smart capital. Yeah, that's right. There are a couple of ones on trading 212 are pretty good. I've not done it yet. I know BNB Tricks, you've done it. But yeah, it's going to be something that I might try. But what I'm doing on my swing trade just now is I'm using trading 212 because it's ISA tax free. But in fact, wait for April. If it still happens, I'm going to use IBKR, which is Interactive Broker. I think swing trading on Interactive Broker is far more exciting. It's faster, it's currency based, and you can do overnight buying and selling as well. So this is me. I hope I've answered everybody's question as much as I can. And I hope this is useful for everybody. I hope this is useful for everybody. And I appreciate you guys coming on. I appreciate on a stock chat. And it's just finally just to say, is the stock market game over? For now, it looks like yes. It is no bottom, no support. It's still going to keep going down. But depending on what your situation is, like I said, there's no identical portfolio for everybody. I don't have a solution for all. I know what risk I need, and you know what risk and capital that you can afford to make it. If you cannot tolerate the condition, either turn off your phone. If you've got milestones coming up, like buying a house or wedding or kids school fees that's coming up, then perhaps you should take a step out of the market just now. But if you're more in control, your budget's not a problem, inflation is not a problem for you, you've always been under control, then keep dollar cost averaging in. I hope this helps. Stay positive. I'm positive. I mean, end of the day, if I keep so much cash on the side, what am I going to do? I don't like to buy properties. I have bad experience with properties. I don't buy luxuries. I don't buy sports. I don't spend on myself. So what I did to do? I've got itchy fingers. I've been addicted to the stock market. I don't like gambling. I don't like casino. This is where I am. Crypto, stocks. I enjoy it. I read about it. This is part of where I am on a daily basis. So thank you very much, guys. I really, 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 really appreciate you guys coming in today. And hopefully this helps, and hope to see you again. And I've got a couple more scripts about stocks coming up, and hope to share them soon. Okay, guys. Thank you. Have a good day and take care. And stay positive. Okay, stay positive. This is only what we can do. Be grateful of where we are today. Okay, take care. See you. Bye-bye.